Make America great again. Make America great again. Make America great again.
Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and mercy to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. I'm your brother Yeshai, and I pray, Lord willing, that this lesson is edifying through the Spirit. All right. The title is going to be something along the lines of "It's Getting Messy in Babylon," and this is not particularly about what happened with ex and possible future President Donald J. Trump. As you all know, everybody's talking about it, which could be, it could be a psyop, could be a distraction, could be nonsense, could be fake, could be a setup, could be real. But regardless, it's getting messy out here, man, and this is not necessarily about that, but it's just showing you the direction that America is headed. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, right? That's the direction. Matter of fact, let me look up a stat real quick. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm looking up a stat, see if this can help out something. All right, so I looked up when was the last assassination attempt on an American president. It says March 30th, 1981, which is President Ronald Reagan. All right. The most recent attempt on a presidential candidate was on Republican President Ronald Reagan when he was shot by John Hinckley Jr. after speaking engagement just 2 months after taking office. So 1981. All right. That was the last attempt on a president's life. Let's see if we can get the exact numbers here. 2024 minus 1981. So 43 years ago, that's the last assassination attempt. So that's letting you know that, it's getting towards the end now, right? Now, like I said, regardless if it's psyop or distraction or what, but these are your options for your presidents. You got one who's been a criminal, saying he's going to grab people by the pussy, letting niggas out of jail, get a tax evasion, tax fraud. He's been on the TV shows. He's a multi-millionaire. And then on the other end, you got one guy who can't stand up straight. He got dementia. He's calling other people's names. He called, I think Zelensky called him Putin today. He can't. You can blow his ass over with a good gust of wind. He'll fall over. He's a PDA file. You know what I mean? Like, so these are your presidential options. This is letting you know a clear sign that we're at the end of Babylon. It's time for these people to give up their reins, man. It's time for the Lord to come in and do his thing. And brothers, this is why you got to keep putting up curses daily. Ever since the apostle said that, I've been on it. Each day, put a curse upon Babylon, man. Put a curse upon Babylon. Eat them, right? The nations are our enemies, 2/3 of Jake. But each day, you got to put them curses upon Babylon, man, because we say we want this place to fall. Well, we got to put that vibration out there to Yahweh Shema Shah, how serious we are through the Spirit. All right, but I'm gonna get this verse here. This is Jeremiah 51. I'm gonna start at 7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. You see, so Babylon is a golden cup in the Lord's hand, made all of the earth drunken. And so now all of the nations are been following the ways of Babylon, America, being sodomites and doing wickedness and just doing everything vile, man. Excuse me. Jake wasn't feeling the best today. I had a mean headache all day, so I got over it, and then my body was in pain. It wasn't the greatest of days, but the Lord be looking out for you, boy. So call out Yabashim Mashah. But it says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. You see that? Suddenly fallen and destroyed. And so the thing is, this is an election year, right? An election year in 2024. The closer we're getting to the end of Babylon, this is also the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. So it's a lot of room for worldly upset, worldly error, but for spiritual prowess, where the things of the spirit can take over. Well, the spirit always takes over ultimately, like regardless of whatever happens, that's Yahweh Shemal Shah's will. But it could really go left as far as these people are concerned. It could get nasty out here. Matter of fact, I was reading I clicked on this article. I'm not going to really get into it, but the title of it says, America is not ready for what comes next. And this is in a Vox, VOX. It says, the attempt on Donald Trump's life has put the republic in peril. And so basically he's talking about how you're going to get uprisings from Democrats, from Republicans, right? And he talks about rising political violence. He quotes a few things from the history that have happened, periods of time where extreme left and extreme right militias fought with bombings and assassinations. Okay, and I just want to read this. It says the phrase "inside job" is currently trending on Twitter because it can seem like a setup. It says he didn't even get shot. It says the glass from his teleprompter is what hit him. You never know what's going on there with America, man. They could have set it up. It could have been all a facade. Who knows? This probably wasn't even a real bullet. He could have been up there with a goddamn BB gun rifle for all we know. But this is why you can't trust your government. And that's actually what I meant to do my lesson on, which is crazy. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me look this up. Percentage of people who trust U.S. government. I saw something about this the other day. I meant to do a lesson on it. Let me see if this will give me the stats. This is June 24th, 2024, right? Let me see. These aren't giving me the exact stats. Nah, these are worse numbers. It was something like every 1 in 10 people trust the government. Okay. See, they ain't giving us the thing. It says, this is Axios.com. It says, trust in the government is near a 70-year low, with just 16% of the public saying they trust the federal government at least most of the time. So only 16% of the people trust their federal government, which is worse, I believe. I believe they said every 1 in 10 people, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 10% or lower that trust in the government. Really, the ones who trust in the government are what? First of all, it depends on which presidential candidate wins. Those are most of those are probably Edomites, right? Of that 10%, 7% of those are Edomites. You got 2% of the nigger woman, right? Who trusting in Esau and trusting in Egypt. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, who relies on the government to give them all of the things they need, the benefits of the society. And then you got the 1% of sellouts, Jakes, and the other minorities, Jakes and Hispanics, that rely on them. But you see, that lets you know the status of what's going on in America. It says, and the guy quoted, man, I wish I would have saved it, but the guy quoted, he stated that, he said, if only this many people believe in their government, this lets you know that you need to prepare yourself for what's to come. It was something along those lines. It was something I was reading, and I wish I would have saved it. I thought I took a screenshot of it, but I be taking so many pictures on my phone where I can't even find it. But, something to that extent, this lets you know that if people aren't trusting in government, it's like, bro, you're going to have to trust in, starting with us, we got to trust in our power, Yahweh Shemal Shah, right? But to the unbelievers, to the wicked, they trust in their prepping abilities. They trust in their bunkers, right? They trust in their weapons. They trust in all of the things that they can do on their own accord, because most of them don't believe in a higher power nowhere, and they don't trust their government. But it's going to go down, man. It's going to get worse and worse and worse here, man, regardless if people can see it or not. And, right, people just blindly ignoring the fact that their inflation is happening, that things are getting worse. People are just, I was in the store today, and it was this couple, Jake couple in front of me, and they was like pointing at these Tostitos, and I don't know if they was just pointing at the chips, but it was the chips were 2 for $8, and I'm looking at that, I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I remember when those bags of chips, those bags of chips, they probably could be like 2.25. You know what I'm saying? Like they were the bigger bags, but you know, like Tostitos at 2 for $8. Those used to be 2 for $5, 2 for $3, 2 for $4. You know what I'm saying? Now they 2 for $8. So you gotta know where we're at in America, man. The prices have doubled. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen. Back to Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto the heavens and is lifted up even unto the skies. You see, so the Lord says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. This place, and this is a wound that's going to fester. This is a wound that's going to be ended up being the death of this country, man. All right, and so let me get this last paragraph. He was talking about civil war here. He says, a gunman's bullet has just sent the country hurling into an abyss. The only question now is how far we fall. That's what he said, right? And so these are your average, everyday journalists writing this kind of stuff. You know, we know what's up, man. But he says, a gunman's bullet has just sent the country hurling into an abyss. The only question is how far we fall. And the answer to that is all the way to the bottom, sir. America is going to fall all the way to the bottom till it hits the very foundation and beyond. The Lord ain't going to burn the foundation of this place, right? Revelation 18:18, it says, 18:1, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And right, so this is going to be Babylon's destruction when there's nothing left here after the nuclear missile destruction, but creatures, certain creatures dwell in this place. Cormorants, right? Isaiah 34 goes into a cormorants and dragons, owls, and desert creatures. Okay, but the Lord is the sins of this place are reaching to the heavens, and how are they? How are the sins reaching up there? We are down here testifying against the wickedness of Babylon. The angels are reporting back the things that they're witnessing. Our prayers are being heard by Yahweh Shemel Shah because we're letting the Lord know this place needs to be destroyed. That's why we said we got to keep sending up them curses, man. Okay? And I'm going to jump down Revelation 18 and verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. And America is going to get a double punishment, and the Edomites are going to get double slavery, man. Double treachery and slavery. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. And that's how this country lives. Everybody's act like everything is okay. Everybody, they just want to get their Starbucks and go on about their day. They're living deliciously, man, right? All of the money, they're in great debt here, and people are just not paying attention to that. So much torment and sorrow give her. So the Lord is going to bring much torment and sorrow to the streets of America. For she saith in her heart, and this is the mentality, this is not America literally saying, this is the mentality of America and the Edomites, right? I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow, right? America is so pompous and so proud that they think no problems are going to come to America. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her, right? So America's going to be utterly burned with fire as the harlot that it is, okay? This is Mark 3:26, and if Satan rise up against himself and he be divided, he cannot stand but hath an end. And that's what's going to happen ultimately to America. That's what's happening to America. The Edomites are fighting against each other, Republicans, Democrats. These people don't care about each other. These people have no respect towards one another. This whole presidential stuff is folly and it's foolish. You know, they could care less about your lives. They could care less about what's going on, about if you can afford food and gas and rent this month. You know, they don't care, but they'll make you think they care because Donald Trump passed out stimulus checks. That stimulus check could barely pay for your rent, and you happy because he paid for 1 month of rent? Bro, you got 11 more months in a year, fam. You think that's helping? That's all the guys, man. That's all the guys. They giving out billions of dollars to the fake JEWs, the small hatters, the 1948ers, but they'll give you a little stimmy that's a few $1,000,000, and people think that they happy, man. In the middle of a scam demi, you know, this place gotta fall, man. But you see the hatred that these people have. You see the comment boards. You see the things that these people say about one another, right? This whole Trump Biden behavior. And honestly, if anybody votes period is foolish. But if anybody votes for Biden, you just a goddamn idiot. That man is clearly not fit to be a president. But Trump ain't either, man. All right, but it's like Trump is gonna win by default unless Biden he might not even make it. His ass might faint. Kamala might be in the running. Oh my God, this whole thing is a nasty, messy situation. These are the choices for rulers. None of them fit to rule, which is why Yahweh Shai is gonna ultimately eventually have to step in. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 14, and this is the last section I'll get. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And see, that's what and this hasn't even come yet where people are doing this face to face, but they're already taking shots and doing things like this. But this is going to be natural, everyday things where your neighbors are going to be fighting against each other. People that have been cool, that go to pool parties and barbecues together, going to be at odds with each other, man. That's what's going to happen here in America. So we say, how far shall we fall? To the very bottom, bro. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And see, they're already not regarding. They don't regard. Let's say this was real. It wasn't a psyop. If it was real, they're not regarding the ex-president and possible future president. Right? And that's their great white savior. They love Trump. You see what I'm saying? So if they're not regarding that king in his time, how much more when it's lawlessness out here? You know, and they see them walking on the street. You think people are going to care? People are going to try to put them down, man. Right? It's not going to be any good tidings amongst men. It's going to be a moral degradation out here, man. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You see, this is what's going to happen. So you can see the fear that's coming on these people by this decline of a society, right? Less money, less food, high food prices, high gas prices, less respect for your government. This is all prophecy being fulfilled, and people are just too foolish to see it. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And so this is what's going to come to America. So these people need to understand they need to be prepared for the worst times of their lives, for the worst things that they've ever seen. This is just the beginning of sorrows, man. World War III is on the horizon. You see, women are about to be completely troubled like never before. If they don't love a man of the Lord or take care of a man of the Lord or have an appreciation for him, it's going to be terrible for your average modern day woman, your modern day feminist. You see, it's about to be a complete paradigm shift in America. And we're praying for it, man, because we know through the Spirit, Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to protect his elect, and Lord willing, we be that number. But all these other people are going to be terribly doomed through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. So, hey, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Just wanted to get that out. It's getting messy in Babylon, and, hey, get messier so the Lord can destroy this place. So with that, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone to rule well. And peace and mercy to the elect. Until next time, Shalom.
Make America great again.